I won the concerto competition, so I played Erika Wazen's Ballade with the university orchestra. I got to do so many different things. I was playing in the big bands all the time. Um, I was constantly playing. If I wasn't playing somewhere, I was practicing. If I wasn't practicing somewhere, I was working as a stage manager. Um, I was trying to soak up everything.
What were the first signs? Like when did you start feeling the first signs that something wasn't feeling right or something wasn't working right, or was it all at once?
So it was kind of all at once. It was about so it was actually while I was living in Chicago. Um, about a year after I finished at Western Michigan. Um,
And you were in grad school at this point, or did you take some time off in between grad school?
I I moved to Chicago to go to Northwestern. Ended up leaving school for a number of reasons, and so I was at the time I was just in Chicago freelancing. This would have been June 2016. I think June 2016. Um, I just woke up one day and these muscles on the side of my face were just in searing pain. Um, and I tried to play and I had about a fifth of a range and about 30 seconds of endurance, and that was it. And then that only diminished from there. And I saw countless teachers, um, and everyone was kind of perplexed by it. And so I just put the horn in the case for 2 weeks and called it good. And then I came back. It was better. And then it came back again. And so I actually ended up dropping out of a summer program that summer because I couldn't play. Well, I didn't really drop out. I I went I swapped places with someone else that was going, and I went as an auditor. So I was still in the environment, still met a lot of great folks. I had a couple lessons with I had a lesson with Brad White from the Houston Symphony, and he gave me a couple ideas that actually really helped kind of get me back on the horse. Immediately, it was temporary, but it helped. Because he had gone through a few bouts with really severe Bell's palsy, and so he had some experience in that space. I got plugged in with Colin Williams, now of the New York Phil, because he had a really severe lip injury. So he had a few other ideas. I never had a lesson with him, but we just talked, and we exchanged contact info and would text here and there for a few months after, just checking in. He's a wonderful guy. But it was really confusing because nobody knew what was happening or why. All I knew was the sound wasn't happening like it used to. And I didn't know where I had, gotten off.
How were you emotionally or mentally handling going from go, 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 do anything you want to now you can't? I mean, just being able to do everything you want to not being able to do everything that you want. And there's no reason. It was just night and day. How did you handle that?
I didn't. It wasn't good. I kind of went off kind of dark. I got really like self-conscious about my playing because I had no idea what was going to come out of the bell. Sometimes it might be fine. Sometimes it would be just a train wreck. And that anxiety created a lot of tension in my personality. I'm even back then I was generally a pretty chill guy, and I just became so uptight about everything. I was always looking over my shoulder to see who would hear me play when something would not go well. And that wasn't healthy. at all. It was terrible. And that continued into when I started my master's at Michigan State. Thankfully, the teacher there, Ava Ortman, was the perfect teacher for me at that time. She played principal trombone in the Grand Rapids Symphony for about 25 years, and then went back to school and did a master's in counseling and worked as a therapist in the Detroit area for about 10 years before she got the Michigan State job. And so she had such a wealth of knowledge and experience on the mental side of playing that she was exactly the teacher I needed at that point. So I was at that point, I was in grad school at Michigan State, and I was also working with Jen Kagreis, who taught adjunct at North Texas for a long time, probably upwards of 20 years. And now she's based in upstate New York and runs her own company, Musicians Wellness of North America. And that's her thing. She helps people with dystonia, with various other, playing related injuries. And she's just absolutely brilliant. So I was getting my physical side of playing lessons from Jan, and I was getting my mental side of playing lessons from Ava. And between the two of them, I was back on the horse within probably 3 or 4 months, and within 6 months, I'd won the Michigan State concerto competition. Going from literally not able to play to winning the concerto competition in 6 months. It was insane.
I think it speaks a lot to, well, you for one, going for help, because a lot of times people just kind of retreat within themselves and just try to get through it without reaching out. And I mean, and secondly, it's proof that you need to find help through these things, because I mean, that's a pretty quick recovery time because you found the right people to approach the issue from multiple different ways. Yeah.
And it really was because I talked to probably 8 other people before that and gotten nowhere. And a good friend of mine had actually, I think he still was at the time, was working with Jan because he had super severe dystonia. I can't remember exactly what his experience was, but he literally couldn't even pick up the trombone without having some physical reaction. And so I was talking to him, and he said, "Hey, you should call Jan." And that's the best email I've ever sent, because without her, I'm honestly not doing anything right now. I'm probably working in an office somewhere. Because it's not something that would have resolved on its own, at least not to the point where I would be able to play at the level I am right now, or at a professional level.